Hey guys, welcome back to SlydeBytes. A little bit of a heavy intro on a not really considered a heavy guitar, but you know, we've talked about that before on this channel. So quick introduction, welcome back to SlydeBytes if you are a returning visitor. If you are a new visitor, this is a budget guitar and gear review channel. I provide my own equipment. No one else is aiding me in that, because unless it's family and friends giving me gifts. But beyond that, all the gear you see on this channel is mine, and yeah, so you're getting my honest opinions and genuine, you know, thoughts on what you're seeing on the channel. So I have redone this series multiple times. I've been working on this for months, and I've been trying to get this out, and I've been wanting to do this series. This is the beginner series. I'm going to do a series of videos here aimed at beginner new guitars. If this isn't your interest, I'm sorry. We'll go back to guitar gear reviews and things like that, you know, in the future. But the whole point of this channel is to help people find good guitar-related products on a budget. Because a lot of people starting out, and a lot of people who are, you know, in this passion, hobby, this beautiful thing of music and playing guitar, you know, don't have a ton of money. And so the whole point of this channel was simply to help guitar thrive and show people that there's good stuff that you can get at low prices. And even if I don't find something that I really like, I'm going to talk about that too, because sometimes we find bad products at low prices too. But yeah, the whole point of this channel is simply to help guitar keep going and to thrive and to grow. And if I even only get one person out there to pick up the guitar from watching something I've done, then I've succeeded in my mission on this and YouTube. This is a passion project for me, and hopefully you guys are going to enjoy what's coming up. So if you're experienced and this isn't for you, I apologize. If you're new to guitar or you're thinking about buying your next, you know, your first guitar, stick around. I hope I got some pretty good information for you. I feel like I do. So this guitar is very poignant to this discussion today because this was my very first 6-string guitar ever. I've had this for nearly 15 years. This is a Squier Strat. It's an SE Strat, so it came in one of the bulk packs, basically with an amp, a gig bag, which I'm still using. And cables and all that stuff, little amplifier and tuners and things like that. So I've had this guitar for a long time, and it's still all stock except for strings, obviously. And everything that you're hearing is this guitar, which sounds great, but this isn't really. But this isn't really about the guitar today. This is going to be all about you buying your first guitar. So when you first are getting into, you know, guitar, there's going to be a few things to think about. First off, probably the most important, well, I won't say this. First off, the most obvious thing is your budget. Where do you start? If you are, you know, blessed to be in the financial situation where it doesn't matter how much you spend, then go out and buy whatever you want, your heart's content. If you're like, you know, the majority of people out there and you have a budget, figure out your budget and figure out what you can afford with room for an amp and your cable and everything else. That's going to be really, really important. But as I've tried to show repeatedly on this channel, there is some really good gear that's relatively affordable. There's a lot of hobbies out there that we all have, and a lot of passions that cost quite a bit of money. Guitar, you're going to spend, anywhere from a few hundred to, up to thousands of dollars, depending on what you're wanting to get. But there's a lot of great affordable options now that weren't even available 15 years ago. When I started in the 6th string, I've been playing for almost 16 years. Actually, I think it is 16 years. Anyway, I've been playing for over a decade and a half, and back then, the options that we had then were not even nearly as good as what you have available to you now. If you're starting into it now, you're starting in at a good time, because there's a lot of great options at low prices out there. So definitely look around at Ibanez, Gios, Epiphones, Squiers. Even some of the Amazon import brands have been excellent guitars. I just reviewed Leo James recently on here, and I think there's some mixed reviews on Amazon that I saw. That guitar is excellent, and I always will recommend Squier bullets. Although I think they're replaced by the Sonic series, I believe. I need to get my hands on one of those. But anyway, there's options out there. So do some shopping. But the next important thing to think about, and this is something that I really want to drive home with this video. Once you have your budget figured out, the next important thing is to pick something that inspires you to play every day. This guitar sits by my bedside every single night. It is right by the nightstand, and it's there because when I look at it, I'm inspired by it. The Stratocaster always inspires me. When I was a little kid, in my early teens, late preteens, I was playing Rock Band and Rock Band 2. And if you guys remember that game, what was your controller? A Strat. Very similar in look and appearance to this. And while the very first Strat I actually tried to get was a Sunburst one, that didn't work out. The Strat was what left the impression in my mind. This, to me, I connected with. I already liked Fender products, so a Squier, which is a Fender brand, and a Strat, this spoke to me. And to this day, if you watch this channel long enough, Strats are a big part of what I do. And that is something that has stuck with me for years. It left an impression. I love the way they look, the way they feel. And I'm not the only guy. I play a lot of metal stuff. Look at Jim Root. Look at all his Fenders and different Charvels and things like that. He's obviously inspired by the same designs that inspire me, and that's cool. But you got Eric Clapton and Jimi Hendrix and so many other people who have graced guitar and left their impression using Strats or Les Pauls and Flying V's and everything else out there. Find what inspires you. Pick the thing that gets you to want to play. I drew a connection to this because of video games, and because when I thought of guitar culture, I saw all the Fender t-shirts. That crap actually works on inspiring people to buy your product. Believe it or not, Fender was building a brand then. We make a lot of guitar, guys make fun of Fender for selling clothes. I get it, and I'm guilty because I'm wearing a Fender hat right now. But at the end of the day, they established a link in my brain between Rock Band, the clothes, and everything else that I want a Fender, because when I think of guitar, that's what I thought of. So I went with Squier, because that's what I could afford. That's what my parents could afford. So pick what inspires you to play. Don't ever let anyone tell you not to get the guitar that you really, really like. So let's put it this way. If you are a Les Paul person, and you are surrounded by Ibanez individuals, Ibanez loving individuals who are telling you to buy Ibanez because Les Pauls won't do the music you want to do, and you listen to them, and you buy, say you're a Les Paul individual, and you buy the Ibanez, you may not be satisfied because it didn't speak to you. That wasn't what really drove you, what got you interested in it. I understand that. I've been there. I've had people telling me, don't buy one of these, don't get single coils because you like rock, and this is more for blues and country and surf and things like that. You're not going to be satisfied with the Squier, because it absolutely can't do metal and all that at all. Yeah, they can't do metal at all, right? Not at all. Anyway, so buy what inspires you. If you're an Ibanez, lover, and you're surrounded by Les Paul, people that just tell you to buy Les Paul because that's the best thing, and you go out and do that, and you didn't get yourself the Ibanez, you're going to be in the same boat. You're not going to be inspired necessarily by what you got. Buy whatever guitar inspires you to actually pick up the instrument and play it. I don't care if it's a Flying V, a King V, whatever, Warlock, whatever design of guitar, whatever shape, Mockingbird, Iceman, I think is another one. Whatever guitar shape inspires you, I don't care. I don't care what brand, I don't care what shape. Buy the guitar that speaks to you. I do recommend, and this is another part of getting into it, picking up the instrument first, if you can. I understand that's not an option always for everybody anymore. There's actually not, for a long time, I had no options for, picking up local instruments at all. I had to travel very far to find any music stores. Better today, but there's, it's still not totally where I would like it to be. I understand that. I understand that it's hard for a lot of people to get their hands on these, but if you can, try out different shapes and styles, and especially find the ones that you really like, and see if any of those fit you and fit your style and your playing and feel right to you. Because that's going to be critical. Because not only does the guitar's looks need to inspire you to play, but the guitar needs to actually feel good to play as well. So that's very important. Your neck shape, your action, everything is going to come down to it, and the sound of the guitar. Maybe you like the look of Strats, but Fenders and Squiers aren't quite cutting it for you. Well, there's Charvel. There's other brands. You could look at Schecters that have some S-type guitars. Look at other brands, and maybe you can get something that looks similar to what you like, but has a tone or a certain characteristics that fit you better. If you can find that, great. But at the end of the day, the most important things you're going to decide at looking at your very first guitar are getting your price range nailed, figuring out what you can and can't afford, picking what you really like, what inspires you to play, the shape that just speaks to you, and actually getting your hands on things and trying it. That's what really is going to be important. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Our next video is going to be about amps and picking the next amp, and then we're going to go on from that to some other intro, beginner kind of things. Hope this video was helpful for some people in kind of narrowing down where to start. It's very, very hard to figure out what to get when you first start off. But I think if you just consider those three factors that I've outlined today, again, price, inspiration, and feeling. If you can get all that, or playability, we can call that price, inspiration, playability. You can get those three factors nailed down and find something that satisfies all that for you, you'll be set. So guys, thank you so much for watching SlydeBytes. I appreciate all of you who keep coming back. I hope to see you soon in the future with more content. If you're liking what I'm doing here, please like and subscribe, because that does go a long way to helping this channel grow and reach more people, to inspire more guitar players out there. And of course, only like and subscribe if I've earned it, because that is very important to me. I'm trying to bring you high quality, well edited, well worked videos. Guys, again, I appreciate all of you. Thank you for a full year of SlydeBytes. It's been great. I really, really do appreciate everyone who is liked, subscribed, commented, everything across all the platforms I am on. Please do check me out on SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and here on YouTube. I'm posting original music and polls and stuff all over the place, so you can find me all across the internet doing all kinds of things. On Instagram, you never know if I'm going to be doing guitar stuff, drawings, or if I'm actually physically drawing pictures, or if I'm going to be assembling Gunpla. You never know what I'm doing over there, but I'm always somewhere. And I thank you guys for interacting with me so much, and for all the great reception. I will talk to you guys soon with more content. Keep shredding, partners. Thank you. Bye.